What do you think about Canada elections? We're only a few days away, right? Canadian election day. Is it like Monday or Tuesday? It's Monday. Seems pretty open and shut for old Marky Carn, as we Canadians call him. Seems like he's got it in the bag, but I don't know. I mean, Polymarket's got it at 80%, bro. That's dominant. But I mean, Bloomberg has it as a narrow lead in the polls. I guess we'll see how it breaks down. I don't, any hard math would tell you, I guess, that Carney's gonna win. And then Australia a week later, yeah. Isn't Polymarket rigged by those with a lot of money? Rigged is an interesting way to put it. I'm not saying Polymarket's always right, but I will say that I think Polymarket around the US election was a better predictor than the polls. And I think in large part because people have to risk their own money. People will say a lot of things in polls, but people won't risk their own money unless they actually think it. I mean, I think Polymarket is much weaker at small depth. So if there's not a lot of money being wagered, it's generally down to a few people swaying it. But I think at a large amount of contributors, it basically is a better job of getting down to what people actually believe because of the risk reward of money. It averages out the idiots. Like it's kind of like Vegas betting odds, man. You're more likely to get a good odd because there's money to be made. So people have every incentive to be honest. Yeah, if it was biased, it would be free money, essentially. That's a great way of putting it. If it was consistently biased, then there'd be easy money to be made. Also, that doesn't mean that it's going to happen exactly. Even if this is 100% accurate, and that's not entirely true, but even if it's directionally accurate, and it says what, 80% chance to win? 80% means 1 in 5 it goes the other way. Even if this was true, and people could see that and be like, wow, I was wrong. Well, no, 1 in 5 happens. It's like going all in with pocket aces. It's a good move, but if you get cracked in the river, it's like, oh, well, it happens. That's f***ing odds. Maybe everyone shouldn't be required to vote, but a nice middle ground could be required on voting day. I think what they should do is, if you get 80% of the votes, you get 80% of the days as president, as prime minister. 1 in every 5 days, Carney has to hand the maple leaf crown to Polyev, and then he tries to wreak havoc and undo all the, and then they go back and then they just back and forth. They switch every week. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. You can have the country on weekends and holidays. Bro, being the president only on weekends and holidays would be based. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to be president only for the fun times, not have to do any of the hard stuff. If you could just, cut a ribbon, play some golf, give a speech every now and then, but you have to actually make decisions. That's the tough part. What if 9/11 is on a weekend? Imagine being the president only like 8 days a year and you get 9/11. Yikes, dude. There's a movie in the 90s called Dave, and it's about a president who gets a lookalike to avoid assassins and also to cheat on his wife. So he gets a lookalike, looks just like him, same outfit, same hair, same, and then he has that guy show up to appearances and do things while he goes and cheats on his wife and then, doesn't want to get killed. And then he goes into a coma. While he's cheating on his wife, he has a heart attack, goes into a coma, and then the double has to be the president because no one wants to panic and the vice president is terrible or whatever. And so the double has to be the president for like the remainder of the term. And I forget what happens, but he's good at it because he's a regular guy. Basically, the whole theme of the movie is like politicians are bad. And then Dave is like a regular guy. And he's like, well, I don't know much about much, but wouldn't it be nice if we all got along? And then everyone's like, wait a minute. When did the president get so based? Oh, he makes the wife fall in love with him? Oh, yeah. He also makes the first lady like fall back in love with him, but she doesn't realize that it's not her actual husband. Which is crazy because he's a double. Like, she doesn't figure that out. She doesn't figure out that it's not her husband. I don't know. It's got a bit of a movie magic situation. She wasn't told. No, they don't tell anybody because it's insanely illegal. And you see Trump crash out over Zelensky and Alexei's peace proposal? Bro, Trump is just trying to force an ending to Ukraine-Russia down mid at all costs. And I mean severe costs, mostly to Ukraine. He keeps setting these arbitrary deadlines and is willing to give up anything just to get the headline. He just wants it to be done. He wants it to be done so he gets the headline. I think he thought this would be a lot easier. Actually, I know he did because he said he would have it done on day one. He said many, many times that he would be done on day one. It would be a day one thing, and now it's actually proving to be quite difficult because they are at odds. That's why they're in a war. They both want different things, so getting them to agree is very difficult. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Ukraine's, I don't know. It's tough. So Trump is like Harry Potter, and Zelensky's like McGonagall, if you think about it. Damn, that's so wise. It actually, you know, every so often a message will come along and it's like, it's almost like a map, a way of viewing the world. And it just shifts everything into place. And all of a sudden, things that you thought were like foggy or distant or difficult to discover are now perfectly crystal. They're locked in, and you can slot all these events into a. That was one of those messages. That was brilliant. JD Vance's Dobby. How's the stock game going? Because they were talking some smack about it, or my co-hosts of the podcast. Fucking good for me, baby. Holy, what happened? Tempest is back? Why are they talking smack about it? I guess just our number is still way down. Maybe they're just making fun of Lud. Chili's back up. That's good. Gold's down. Okay. Not significantly, but down. Trump coin. Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about it. Wait, Trump coin had a huge spike today. I guess not by much. I don't know if this is updated. This is probably out of date. Trump coin had a big spike today because they announced that the top 200 holders of Trump coin get to have dinner with Trump. I told Lud, I sent a lot. I was like, you got to buy more, dude. The top 220 holders of the meme coin will have a dinner with Trump. Dude, Ludwig has to do this. Isn't that illegal? Dude, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. CoffeeZilla was talking about it, how because there's now utility to it, it makes it under SEC rules. Whereas it wasn't. If you're a meme coin with no utility, it's just gambling. It's just nothing. But once you have utility, it is now under SEC rules, which he is still flouting. So I think there's a good point to that. However, to me, it's almost like the opposite, where it was like, this is a way of saying that it's not a scam, that he pump and dumped everybody, because he can be like, well, the value wasn't about the Trump coin going up or down. It was about being able to get a dinner with me. Like, I don't know how it works. Dude, this is also crazy. This is the announcement video or the announcement photo. That's not Trump, bro. What the f is this? Who the f is this? Who is Ozempic Trump, dude? That's A1 Trump? Bro, I don't know what. Who the f they're fooling? That is not Donnie T. President Donald J. Trump is known as the, quote, crypto president. At this intimate private dinner, hear firsthand President Trump talk about the future of crypto. Oh, he's going to dispense the wisdom. Is this the wisdom?
Federal government is already among the largest holders of Bitcoin, as you know.
This is the wisdom?
Really one of the largest holders in the world, with as many as 200,000 Bitcoin obtained via civil law and various other forms of law, and including enforcement actions. These existing holdings will form the foundation of the new reserve. Unfortunately, in recent years, the U.S. government has foolishly sold tens of thousands of additional Bitcoin that were worth billions and billions of dollars had they not sold them, but they did sell them, mostly during the Biden administration. From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin. That's a little phrase that they have. I don't know if that's right or not. Who the hell knows, right?
Amen, bro. So that's the remarks on the future of crypto you'll be getting at this dinner that you spent a ton of money to buy Trump coin for. Yeah, it was surprising. This is a great point. It was surprising to see him be so critical of the Biden administration. That's out of character for him. It was a little bit shocking. I was a bit taken aback. I was like, wait, Donnie T is throwing his best pal Biden under the bus? It was odd. You know, it struck me. I felt, I was wondering if their friendship's okay, you know, because they've always been such good pals, and he's always been so complimentary. It really came out of left field, is all I'm saying. It really threw me off. Will you be attempting to pre-order a Nintendo Switch tonight in 2 hours? I mean, I guess if you guys tell me, I'll try to do it live. When is it? Nintendo Switch pre-order countdown. It'll probably sell out insta, though. Again, I'll probably either just wait until they're available, or I will pay some scalper's price and call it a business expense because I can stream it. Just being real. That's probably what I'll do. But I'm also down to wait. I'm also just down to wait. This is going to sound sacrilegious. I am not excited for Mario Kart World in any way. Don't give a shit. Not even, my excitement level is not raised above tepid. I don't care. And then Donkey Kong's kind of cool. I can wait. I could easily wait past those. Silksong? You think I'm playing Silksong on the Switch too? I'm a keyboard Andy for Silksong. No way, I'm playing that on the PC. It's exclusive. I'd kill myself. So say goodbye. That is the end. I will not be playing. No. And also, it's probably not going to come out. If it's on the Switch first, no, it's just not going to do that. You guys are all lying. None of none of you are speaking in good faith. None of you have any information that I don't have. You're all lying. You're just lying for this content. You just want to say whatever gets the reaction. You're making shit up. There is none of that is true. It's not exclusive. It's going to be on PC at the same time, and I'm going to buy it on PC and I'm going to play it on PC.